Welcome, Love Light Lifers. We're talking today about our self-image. Natty T here, your vibrational coach. And how do you see yourself when you look in the mirror? I think there is barely a person in the world who actually looks in the mirror and goes, I 100% like what I see. Human beings are flawed. What we look in the mirror and see is not always what we find the most visually appealing. And that can be a bit of a problem. But what happens when you're not just looking in the mirror and seeing your physical flaws, but you're also seeing your internal flaws? That can really put a dampener on the kind of things that you're manifesting in your life. So let's talk about that. Love Light Lifers. Wait, we're jiggling. Gonna jiggle it just a little bit. All right. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber / follower and you do this stuff all the time, you know what's up. Natty T here, your vibrational coach, and we're talking today about self-image. How is it that our self-image can get so distorted that we believe we are unworthy of basic rights as human beings? Everybody who's born has the same value. There is nothing that makes you more valuable than the next person. However, we can see what we want out of life and what we want out of people. And when we see things that we want available to us via a person, we tend to give that person a value. In other words, this person is very valuable to me because they help me to feel love. I feel a lot of love. Love is a really good emotion. I like that feeling. And when somebody is around that I can focus on and feel that for on a regular basis, oh, they're valuable to me. But when I look at somebody, or you look at somebody, or they look at you and they see nothing that they're looking for right now, they may undervalue you. Now, the problem is you're not going to be able to provide everyone on the planet something of value. That means that some people are going to look at you and they're not going to see your value. Yet we've already established, and don't ever forget it, everyone is valuable. Every person on this planet is valuable. We are all worthy. We are all valuable. We all matter. Sometimes we forget. And if you've forgotten, I'm here to tell you, you matter. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings matter. Who you are matter. What you want matters. It matters. You matter. You matter in the biggest scheme of things in this universe. You matter. And yet, if we start looking at ourselves from the viewpoint of others and how many other people can find value in us, we can look in the mirror and see no value of our own. Especially if we are looking in the mirror and seeing somebody who is not giving us value. So just the same as we might be looking at somebody else and saying, do you have anything that of value to add to me in my life? You might be looking at yourself in the mirror and saying that same thing and coming up with the answer of no. I'm not giving myself anything that I want. I have no value to myself. I keep being this or doing that. I am not who I want to be or where I want to be or how I want to be, and there's no value in that. However, you as an individual can always understand that you are valuable, and this is how you know, because there is no one more qualified to give you exactly what you want, when you want it, how you want it, and with whom you want it than you are. Because no one knows more clearly than you do what you want, how you feel, where you innately belong. No one can tell you how that feels, where that feeling comes from. No one else gets that because they're not living inside of you, okay? Because if they were, that would be kind of uncomfortable. But if you are the only vortex through which you can get this stuff, and I don't mean that in the sense of, you must do everything on your own and you must be completely 100% independent. I mean that if anybody is going to find the resources, if anybody's going to know which way to go, if anybody's going to know how much or when or where, that feeling comes from you. You know what's right for you, and you can tell how it feels, and you know if you need to change your mind, and you have the right to change your mind if you want to. That's your prerogative. And I suggest that you exercise it whenever you like. Change your beliefs like they are underwear if you need to. Because if it works for you now and it doesn't work for you tomorrow, don't care what other people say. Do what works. If it works for you now, do it. As long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting other people, which, if you ask me, means it's not working. It's not working for you if you're hurting yourself or other people. But if it's working for you in the sense that it's making you feel good, it's getting you where you want to go, it is producing a lot of positive movement in your life and in yourself and in your surroundings, why not? Why not? Why not go from that worked for me yesterday, today this works for me? If you want to, do it. But if you found something that works and you just really like it, stick with it. Stick with it, because how you see yourself is all based on what you innately believe about yourself. And when you find things about yourself that work, if you find something that helps you get where you want to go, that's because it's you. You are the vortex through which all of your good stuff comes. And so if that's the truth, then you're the most valuable person in your life. And yet we can still look in our mirror and say bad things about ourselves. And yet sometimes we don't even know we're doing it. Sometimes the self-talk that we use is we're so used to it. We're so used to feeling crappy when we talk to ourselves. We think that's what we're supposed to do because that's just what we've seen, that's what we've practiced. We never questioned it, we just started doing it, and it was just how it was. You don't need anyone to tell you your self-image and your self-worth. You are the most valuable person in your own life. And you need to really look after and nurture that investment. You've got to invest in yourself and the way you see yourself, because the way you see yourself is what you're going to match up with. What you think you deserve is what's going to come straight for you. And you can be dodging and ducking and weaving all of this bad stuff that's coming towards you, and you can do that forever until the day you die if you want, or you can just start catching the stuff that actually feels like it's for you. Thank you for joining me. I am going to see you tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.